How am I supposed to trust people when everything in my life has proven that I shouldn't? Okay. What it is, Quakes, what's going on? How we feeling? How we doing? How we looking? I'm looking stunning, as you can see. And I am going to be talking about trust, more specifically, my journey with it, and basically having an open discussion about what trust means, how do people lose trust, how do people gain trust, what does it mean, and what should it mean. Again, all opinions from myself and what I believe to be true, but there can most definitely be some opinions and thoughts otherwise from myself. Okay, let's get started. So when I think of trust, I think of being able to completely let down all my guard. And I take that extremely seriously when I think about it, because if I'm going to say I trust somebody or I trust a certain situation, let's talk more specifically about people. When I say I trust somebody, I legit am completely 110% comfortable with you. When I'm 110% comfortable with you, I'm expecting a certain level of maturity, I'm expecting a certain level of connection and actions behind what that person's going to do. I don't ever want to feel uncomfortable around you. I don't ever need you to betray me, in the sense, if I do tell you some things that's going on in my life, or I have told you some things that has happened in the past that makes me who I am today, things that could potentially trigger me, things potentially that are just uncomfortable for me to be talking about, be around, certain situations that I don't like. If I've told you these things and I've given you all my baggage. My baggage is right here, it's sitting. You looked at it, you went through every bag, you went through every article of whatever that's in those bags, and you agreed to be a part of this relationship, if we're friends or otherwise, I'm going to need you to stick with it. Because once that person neglects the fact that they said they were gonna accept me 100% in everything that I brought to the table, all of my, wants, needs, what I expect from you, all my boundaries, and you still choose to not follow that, or you choose to go against that, that's when I lose all my trust in you. That's when my trust is shattered. That's when it affects, literally, again, everything else that's around me. And me personally, I'm trying to deal with that, because a lot of people tell me when somebody messes with you or when somebody betrays you in that way, you're not always supposed to be like, you know what, forget everybody, I'm done with everybody, everybody sucks, people suck, period. And that is a huge defense mechanism for me. If one person has done something wrong to me, in my opinion, and well, I'm not even gonna say my opinion, they did something wrong to me, because most of the time I know when you did something wrong, you know it too, so don't play with me. But that's what I was saying. When they do something wrong, what was I saying? Wow, that thought just left my brain. So crazy. Oh my goodness. Girl. Oh, that's what it was. I'm working on not blaming everyone for one person's mistake. That defense mechanism has helped me so far, and I say help very loosely, because at the same time, a lot of people can say that it has hindered me in my success in life anyway, because I don't trust so easily. I'm not optimistic about life. I'm not optimistic about people, because again, people tend to have hidden agendas and tend to be mischievous behind everything that they're putting in front of you. So they're like, oh, I have this mask on, I'm a great person, I'm friendly, I'm able to be talked to, I'm trustworthy, I'm loyal. And then behind all that, the only reason they really wanted to get to you is so that they can break you. And I feel like that's really disgusting. And I have no time for it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't feel like that's anything that anyone should be striving to do. And if you do strive to do that, you need to get your life, and you also need to get a life, because what is wrong with you? Why do you find enjoyment in getting in people's circles, especially people you know are wounded in certain ways? Like, you know what I mean? People have traumas, people are wounded, people are just not that girl sometimes. And it's easy to tell sometimes, and it's hard to tell other times. But anyway, if someone is wounded and you still are trying, I think that's even worse than you just doing it to somebody playing. You see that this person is going through. You see that this person is going through certain things. You see that this person has trust issues in these areas, and these are the reasons why. And you specifically make you a person that they can confide in, that I can confide in, all the while waiting until we have 110% giving you us on a silver platter. We have given you all of us. And then you just take it, crunch it, smash it, and blow it right away. And I am so over that happening. So I feel like I'm becoming a whole rock-hearted person. And that's not good either, but at the same time, how are you not supposed to let the world harden you when everything around you is hardening you? Like, I know it's so crazy to think about, but at the same time, it's not. People need to stop bothering people. People need to just be upfront, honest about your intentions. I'm trying to tell you, for the most part, yes, you are not gonna get what you want if you're gonna be honest about yourself, because people are not gonna be like, ooh, I wanna be manipulated today. That's not the tea. But for the most part, if people, come on now. If you vibe with someone in some type of way, you're gonna make those connections anyway. I don't understand your purpose, your point in trying to get into somebody's life and then be a mess for them later on in their whole situation. They're trying to grow, they're trying to become a better person, they're trying to work on themselves. And then here you come along strutting in, walking in, swagging in to mess up all their progress that they have made. And then on top of messing up their progress, you leave them to pick up those pieces again. This is why I have a problem with people. This is why I don't like people. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, but at the same time, I don't want to, because the facts are there. The evidence is here. The receipts are here. I made the purchases. You made the purchases. It's on the paper. We're not gonna act like we don't know what's going on. We're not gonna act like you didn't know what you were doing. We're not gonna act like I didn't tell you about these certain things that's going on with me, and what I will and will not accept, and what triggers me. Okay? If I've told you everything, I'm gonna tell you everything. And when I told you everything, I'm gonna need you to respond in a way that's expected. These things are expected, and this is why I like the saying that common sense is not common to everyone. A lot of people do stupid things. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, okay? A lot of people do things that you like, what was your purpose? Why? What enjoyment? What did you gain from doing what you just did? Nothing. And this is why I cannot. This is why I don't people. I don't people because people. Only a few of you got that sentence. And those of you who got that sentence, you know exactly what I'm talking about. For those who didn't get it, just give it a little second, let it marinate. It'll come to you later, maybe in a dream. But yes, I cannot. I am really struggling with trusting people. And if you personally have any advice, any relation to what I'm talking about right now, please put it in the comments below. Please share what you're saying. Like, let me know, because if you have been through these certain things and you have a few tips, let me know, because I currently am going through the ups, the downs, the lows, the highs, the whoop-de-whoops of the roller coaster. I'm not having fun. I'm not enjoying it. I'm being very monotonous in everything that I'm doing, and I'm noticing that it's having an effect on me as a whole. I don't like the effect that it's having on me, but at the same time, I cannot help it, because people are people. And people have a problem with being human. And when I say people have a problem with being human, they have a problem with showing their emotion. They have a problem with being vulnerable. They have a problem with being honest. Everyone's faking to be something else that they're not. And this is the reason why everyone's getting hurt. No one's showing their true colors. No one's being true to themselves and allowing other people to be true to themselves. Therefore, everyone is always conforming and switching who they think they should be in order to impress somebody, in order to fit this certain role. When in all reality, you are meant to just be human beings. Just be. There is no need to be working extra hard to fulfill somebody else's fantasies of who they think you should be. That's trash. That's nasty. That's disgusting. We didn't purchase it. Put it back on the shelf. My mother told me a very, very long time ago when I first started kindergarten. She was like, kids are not nice. And I was always confused. I'm like, what is that supposed to even mean? What do you mean kids are not nice? Kids are me. I'm nice, so kids are nice, period. Whew, she lay. Those children who are trash then are trash now. And I'm gonna just be honest. Have you noticed those people who are trash then? Think about all the people that have been in your life, you know, your grammar school friends, if you still follow them up until now, or you still know certain people from now, if you know your school bully, if you know some people who's just not that girl back then, look at them now and put the pieces together. They're still trash. And this is what I'm talking. That sounded real, that was real bogus, but at the same time, I have nothing but truth to give you. So if you don't want it, boop, you can go. But yeah. When people show you their true colors, for the most part, they're gonna stay that. And, you know, that's just a hard pill you're gonna have to swallow. But sometimes if you are letting these people know, like, hey, I didn't like this, I didn't like this, you need to change that, this is not that girl. Sometimes, for the better good, they will change their ways, and we appreciate those type of people. They are very, very hard to come by. And when you do get those people who even go as far as saying, yes, I understand I did these certain things and I will change. I'm gonna make these certain changes. They may or may not do it for like 2 weeks and then they back on their BS. And that's when you got to get the scissors, you got to get the knives, you got to get the machetes, you got to get it all because it's time to cut them out your life. Baby, I've been had the shed behind me with all my tools. I will slice you in a second, don't play with it. Y'all, a lot of y'all don't have y'all toolbox behind y'all. A lot of y'all don't have y'all tool shed behind you. I always got mine. Is that a little stressful? Maybe. Who knows? But at the same time, I am a huge defense mechanism as a person. And that's because of the things that I've been through. Trust is so important. And when you don't have that, at any point in your life, it's going to affect you from there on. We need to work on trust as a people. We need to work on trust in general. Think about all your relationships you have right now. And think, have you been giving them a reason to trust you? Have you been giving them reasons not to trust you? Do you not trust them for that? Do you not trust somebody for certain reasons? Have you told them why you don't trust them? Have you told them what they've done to make you not trust them? At the end of the day, if you cannot have a relationship with somebody where you're able to communicate and be honest with them, they weren't worth being in your circle to begin with. So, this is my homework for you today. Think about that. Go through those lists of people. Figure out who you have problems with, who you don't have problems with, who you trust, who you don't trust, and figure out those qualities that make those people who they are. And then it's up to you to choose for those people who you do not trust and who have done you dirty. So you know what? Let's talk about it. I am so sorry. The SWAT team just decided to land it on campus. Wow. Yes. So do your homework. I will see y'all in the next video. Blah blah.